This audio broadcast has been graciously sponsored by the wonderful researchers at the Major Explorer Group, otherwise known as the MEG facility, and viewers like you. Hello, and thank you for joining us here at the BOTS Backroom Journal and Guide for the Law Studio. Today, we're going to start our three-parter to cover the main 9 levels. For some context, when one no-clips into the backrooms, these are the levels people will most commonly travel through. Not saying that the others won't get traveled through, it's just most don't make it past these 9. If you get what I mean. And at the end of this episode, we have a new member to our crew. So stay tuned to see who it is. Anywho, let's dive right in. The first level, level 0, is called the lobby. This is the level that most people think of when they think of the backrooms. It's the mono yellow walls, the stink of the moist carpet with a hint of almond, the forever humming of the fluorescent lights, and about 600 million square miles of repeating rooms. Shockingly, no two rooms on this level are identical, and the linearity is whack. You could walk in a straight line and end up back where you started, or even retrace your steps and end up in a completely new area. Usually, the radio communications are deemed unreliable and untrustworthy. However, we here at the studio have the top-of-the-line equipment, and everything across the radios can and should be trusted. Quote-unquote, there are no other living beings on level 0. But I think that they're just bad at looking. We here at the studio take bi-weekly walks into the backrooms, and we stick together just fine. Something to note is that if you hear something that sounds vaguely human, and you don't have confirmation that it's real, run. That is not a friend. In fact, very much so, not a friend.
There was this one time I tried to bring one home to make stuffed raccoon casserole, but that reminded me of a rabies-infested raccoon, but apparently nobody likes possibly rabies-infested raccoon lookalikes, so I had to put them both back where I found it.
Hallucinations run quite rampant in the backrooms, and have been noted to be much more common in level 0. That being said, it could be from a lack of food, water, stimulation, increased levels of stress, and LSD that tried giving to the bacteria monster. There are so many reasons we can't even list them all. So, be careful out there and try to stay sane. Some bacteria monsters inhabit the level. Many don't know how they form, but survey says that once they grab you, they deconstruct your body into a dark, inky sludge puddle, and then slowly over time, form into a bacteria monster yourself. Then, finally for level 0, it connects to 2 levels. Level 27, which we'll cover later, and level 1, which we'll talk about next. Both are traveled by breaking the floor and no-clipping, respectively. No-clipping into level 1 may be difficult for new explorers, especially if they no-clipped into level 0 without warning. So please, be patient with yourself and keep trying. Level 1 is quite the party, said no one ever. This level is also known as the habitable zone, but it's a large parking garage with maintenance halls. So how can it be so habitable? Well, we have 3 main outposts residing there. We have, of course, Meg's Alpha Base, which is their first base, close to one of the entrances, and is willing to house those who've no-clipped in. If you're lost and scared, try finding them, and they're always willing to help guide you where to go. We have BNTG Traders Keep, a trading outpost that is quite friendly with Meg and supplies most of the explorers in level 1. They're also the largest outpost here, housing about 412 people at any given time. Then, finally, we have Tom's Diner. This is the best place to get food. In fact, when my staff does an excellent job, I'll take them here for a celebration. Tom was a chef before he no-clipped in, and is noted to be an optimistic and admirable person. Enough about the outpost. Let's talk about the level itself. It's a large parking garage, usually well lit. However, the lights are known to flicker and turn off at random, so make sure to always carry a flashlight just in case. It's home to a constant supply of water and electricity, unlike level 0. It even has stairways, elevators, maintenance halls, and isolated rooms. Crates can appear and disappear at random here, harboring useful supplies like food, water, and cold weapons, or even nonsensical items like live mice, bundles of human hair, and crayons. There have been smilers, skin stealers, and hounds found here, but they are usually not too many of them, and they should rarely be seen. There are entrances and exits, but they aren't common. Just wandering around and randomly no-clipping will result in either going to level 2 or back to level 0. This is how we get back to the studio. You can also get to the hub from here by walking up 2 flights of stairs, then immediately back down the left hall through door A, then door B, then door B, then door A. But if you're not good at remembering directions, especially when stressed, don't try doing it. If you see a ceiling with paintings and you no-clip through, you'll end up at a party. Now, welcome to level 2, aka Pipe Dreams. This is a long, dank hallway filled with pipe. It's also kind of like a maze. Now, it's not that interesting, and to be completely honest, I find other ways to avoid going through here. It's like driving in Kansas. Forever, not worth it. There aren't really any enemies, but you should be aware of the risk of the biological pipeline. This is just an intestine that you can stumble across while exploring level 2. It's really not that dangerous so long as you don't take a nap. It's like a normal digestive system. It'll take about a few hours for anything to break down, especially cans. Oh my god, I could go for one of those right now. The main group here besides Meg are the followers of Jerry. Now, these guys are crazy, or do they just know how to throw ragers? They follow this huge bluebird, parrots of sorts, I think, and they do what they think this bird's bidding is. I had one of my beloved employees talk to them for an experiment, and well, they'll tell you how it went.
They were pretty normal, all things considered, although it was hard to keep any sort of conversation with them that wasn't about their bluebird Jerry, I think. I don't really know why they liked it so much. It's just a blue macaw, which is weird how it ended up here, but it didn't seem like they were hurting anyone, so I guess I'm okay with them. But what I do have a problem with is whatever the fuck you were doing. Because you sent me over there to talk to those fucking weirdos, and I saw you all huddled up in the corner, devouring this black tar or whatever it was, without a spoon, just fistful after fistful. You, scooped it up and just shoveled it into your gaping maw. What even was that stuff?
Well, Ash, I don't remember anything from that night. In fact, I woke up with a blistering headache and my ears in a knot. Though, that begs the question, how did we get out of there? That's right, viewers! If you want to get out of this miserable place as soon as possible like we did, there are 4 reliable levels you can exit to. Levels 1, 3, and 4 are all pretty easy to spot due to wanderers leaving signs or engravings next to the doors that lead to these levels. You can also get to the hub, but there isn't much information on where the location of the no-clipping zone is. There are other levels that one can get to from level 2, but they aren't consistent for me and my beloved members to mention here. If you get unlucky and don't skip right to level 4, you'll be, shocker, in level 3, also known as the electrical station. This would be Tim's happy place. It's filled with wires and electronics. In fact, I'll have Tim tell you his feelings about this level.
It's good. Nothing like the computers at home, but sufficient for what it is. I can't hook anything up or find where the wires start, but the feeling against the wires against my body sends chills every time.
Tim, what are you doing with the wires? I didn't know that's what you've been doing when I took you there for enrichment. Okay, well, covering level 3. It's a bunch of hallways that work how level 0 does. That being, linearity isn't real. There are spots where the hallway is much smaller than any hallway should be, making it so that even an average person will have to crawl to get through. The walls are made of brown bricks, copper pipes, and, of course, wires! The floor, concrete, and ceiling are metal. Level 3 is noted to be on the larger side of the Backrooms levels, around 350 million square miles. Now, I mentioned earlier that level 3 and level 0 share the same linearity. I lied. Well, just kinda. What I mean is that there are ways for you to leave objects or markings so you know which rooms are which, and if you've been in them before. There's also the chance to run into metal bars preventing you from accessing the rest of the halls. And from tests done by Meg, it doesn't seem like that these prison bars can be destroyed or moved in any way. Well, I guess that Meg just doesn't have anyone who's escaped from prison in their team. Right, Ash?
Where the fuck did you get that information from? I've never been to prison. What the hell are you talking about?
Places where these prison bars have been noted to increase fear and discomfort in wanderers. So I'd recommend avoiding the bars altogether. There is also a weird black sludge that leaks out of the pipes. I've been told that it's incredibly toxic and, in fact, can harm the nervous system and cause 2nd to 3rd degree burns if inhaled or touched. But I think it's the finishing touch on any self-respecting chef's chicken and parmesan. Then what was talking about before was the electrical rooms, which aren't super common. I think enough was said about them earlier. Level 3 is the resource level. Almost everything you could ever need can be found here, like almond water, bottled lightning, and squirt guns. There's even Wi-Fi. Now, the rest of the levels have Wi-Fi, it's just that everywhere else... A multitude of entities have been seen at least once on this level, but the most common and the most dangerous are the hounds. The best way to describe them is that they have dog bodies and a human head. They get stunned by light for a bit, and then snap out of it and charge at you. So, make good use of your time and book it out of there! If you need a place to rest, then stop by Meg's Gamma Base. Once again, Meg is pretty chill and happy to help those who need it. Just say the BOTS cost sent you, and you'll get right in. Another option is the BNTG storage facility. It's really just a storage room, but people do stay there. So, you won't be too terribly lonely. You can trade with them if you got anything good at a level 2, but their trades are typically unreasonably high. The follower Jerry's are here as well. Only about 15 who call themselves the Blue Salvation. The only reason they're here, and not with the main group, is to collect resources. Overall, don't interact with the side groups of the followers of Jerry. They're typically more hostile since they aren't in the presence of Jerry. Then, finally, how to get out of here so Tim doesn't accidentally sound himself with these wires. There are elevators that you can find that will take you to either level 4 or level 5. These elevators are extremely rare, however, they do allow easy back and forth travel between levels 3, 4, and 5. If you can find wooden doors, then one can end up in level 31 when they walk through those. And lastly, if you sit in the front seat of any car found in level 3, you'll then fall unconscious, and once you wake up, you'll be in level 69. Nice. Of course, it's time for my lovely staff to answer some questions. My beloved Angelique, what is your favorite memory and or favorite level of the Backrooms?
My favorite memory from the Backrooms is level 3, those hallways. You know, their twisted walks are more treacherous than Statelander and hunting season. There I was, trying to take the copper wire to rig some explosives, because you know everyone on social media loves explosives. Honestly, so do I. I remember this one time I exploded an outhouse emo and mail office all in one run. Well, anyways, I'm getting off topic. There I was, trying to avoid the poisonous sludge while cutting out copper pipes, but I see the worst entity to ever have haunted me, a moth, adultish nocturnal horrors. I will tell you, I dropped that pipe and ran as fast as I could. It still haunts my dreams. The sounds of its slippery wings touching the sludge would have been better than seeing that horror. But when I ran, I accidentally tripped, and you know what I found? I found a genuine copy of my favorite season of Bonanza. Season 3, best season ever. I play it on repeat. I think I drive the others as crazy as a fox with its tail on fire how often I play it.
Then are you excited to go on vacation?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm excited for this upcalling vacation or not. I mean, when you go on vacation, it's hard to get along with other people unless you all are really good friends. I'm just worried things are going to go crazy and chaotic again.
Why, hello, Ash. What is your favorite memory from the levels 0, 1, 2, or 3? Or what is just your favorite in general?
I just want to go home. I haven't seen the outside world in months. I miss plants and the sun and my family. You sure there's not a way we can leave? You said there wasn't, but I'm not sure if I believe you anymore.
That wasn't an answer to the question.
That's all you're getting.
Are you ready for our vacation coming up soon at the very least?
No.
Oh. Tim, what's your favorite level, or memory, or both if you're feeling fancy?
My favorite level is, of course, the third. I love the wires and the cables. He's just filled me with such a buzz. I feel a spark between level 3 and I every time I'm there. So, I do have memories. Rosie, do you remember when you first took me there? And you said there were some hot wires in that conduit? And it was actually scalding hot water? Great memories indeed.
Oh, okay. What about our upcoming vacation? Are you excited for the vacation?
Oh, I do love vacations. Would it happen to be to a factory? A switch closet? Ooh, maybe even a data center?
Okay, then. So, as you heard from the beginning of this episode, we have a new member to my beloved staff. So, to you all at home, this is Connor Milton.
Where am I?
You, my friend, are in our lovely studio, and hopefully to your excitement, your new home.
I don't even know how I got here. How did you get into the room I'm in? I thought I locked the door. How did you do that?
Don't worry too much about that. Instead, I have our mandatory questions I must ask each member who joins my team. First, what was your life like before you ended up in our studio?
I was a photographer in Manhattan. I was doing great back then, taking pictures for the headlines, and
What have you been doing since you ended up in our studio?
oh, I've just been looking around this place, trying to figure out what to do in here, a way to leave. I couldn't find anything. It was nothing.
Anything you'd like to have here?
Well, there is this one thing that I want. The ultimate Backrooms cookbook. I heard the others talk about this regarding about the supplies, like the fire salt or the royal rations. Because along with my photography, I have a hobby of cooking.
Do you have anything you'd like to tell the viewers at home?
There's people behind that? Please stay safe, everyone. I hope nothing bad happens to any of you.
And I know it's pretty soon, but we're going on vacation. I do hope you'll join us.
I don't really think I have a choice, do I?
And that is all the time we have for today. Our next episode will be a very special occasion. And after that, we'll pick back up into our 3-part series covering the main 9 levels. If you have any questions at all, or want to share your own Backrooms experience, please contact us at 517-BACKROOM or botsguide@outlook.com. That is BOTSGUIDE at outlook.com. Thank you again to our friends at the Major Explorer Group or MEG facility, who are definitely sponsoring us and keep us running to inform you all on the Backrooms. Remember, explorers, always to be vigilant and careful when walking around. Till the next time we see ya, stay curious.